Today's topic is a concerning one, as it seems like the retail apocalypse is continuing to sweep through the industry. As you may have heard, more and more clothing stores are closing their doors, leaving consumers with fewer options for in-person shopping experiences. It's no secret that traditional brick-and-mortar stores have been struggling to keep up with the rise of e-commerce giants like Amazon, and the pandemic has only accelerated this trend. As a result, we're seeing more retailers pulling out of malls and minimizing their physical footprints. The Children's Place is the latest retailer to announce the closure of approximately 100 locations in 2023, joining the ranks of Talbot's, Abercrombie & Fitch, and Eddie Bauer, who have already shuttered individual stores this year. Even beloved brands like J.Crew and T.J. Maxx are now joining in the pack and closing stores. It's a tough time for the industry, and it's unclear what the future holds for traditional brick-and-mortar stores. However, one thing is for sure. The retail landscape is changing, and retailers need to adapt to stay afloat. It seems like TJ Maxx is following in the footsteps of many other retailers by closing some of its stores. But the good news is that they have plans to relocate to nearby Guilford, Connecticut. This move will not only provide a new location for customers, but also potentially create job opportunities for the area. It's always tough to see stores closing their doors, especially in small towns where they may be the only option for residents. But it's essential to remember that retailers are constantly evaluating their business strategies and adjusting to the ever-changing retail landscape. While TJ Maxx has yet to officially confirm the closure of its Clinton location or the move to Guilford, reports suggest that the retailer has its sights set on a former Walmart site. This move would make sense for TJ Maxx, as it would provide a larger retail space and potentially draw in more customers. It's important to note that TJ Maxx isn't the only retailer eyeing former Walmart locations, as these sites often offer ample space at a lower cost than building from scratch. The closure of physical stores doesn't necessarily mean the end of brick-and-mortar retail altogether. Many retailers are experimenting with new formats that merge the convenience of online shopping with the personalized experience of in-store shopping. One example is the rise of dark stores, which are essentially mini warehouses or fulfillment centers that allow customers to order online and pick up their items in-store. These dark stores often feature minimal staffing and reduced overhead costs, making them an attractive option for retailers looking to optimize their operations. It will be interesting to see how these new formats continue to evolve and shape the future of retail. As with any retail move, there are bound to be questions and concerns from both customers and the community. It's reassuring to know that the city officials have confirmed TJ Maxx's plans to relocate and that the retailer is actively seeking the necessary permits. While the closure of any store can be a difficult pill to swallow, it's important to remember that change is inevitable and we must adapt to it. In the meantime, we'll be keeping a close eye on TJ Maxx's next move and any updates on the situation. It seems that J.Crew is continuing to trim its brick-and-mortar presence across the country, as reports surface of yet another store closure in California. The J.Crew location in the Arden Fair Mall in Sacramento is reportedly set to close, with no official date provided yet. According to Nathan Spradlin, marketing director for Arden Fair, J.Crew decided to vacate their 5,600 square foot location due to a neighboring retailer's need to expand into a portion of the space. While this may come as disappointing news for a fan of the brand in the area, there may be a glimmer of hope for the future. Spradling expressed interest in seeing J.Crew return as a part of the mall's retailer mix in the future. However, it remains to be seen whether the closure is a sign of larger issues within the company or a part of strategic move to better align with an omni-channel strategy. This news comes on the heels of J.Crew's closure of another location in Portland, Oregon, earlier this year. A spokesperson for the company cited regular evaluations as the reason for the Portland closure, and provided a similar statement for the Sacramento closure. As retailers continue to navigate the changing landscape of the industry, it's likely that we'll continue to see more store closures and shifts in the coming months and years. It's not all doom and gloom for J.Crew, as the brand is also experiencing its J.Crew factory footprint. The retailer has announced plans to open new J.Crew factory stores in various locations across the country. For example, the Bay Terrace Shopping Center in Queens, New York is set to welcome a new J.Crew factory store, as is the Denton Crossing Shopping Center in Denton, Texas, and the Portofino Shopping Center in Shenandoah, Texas. The Donata Square East Shopping Mall in Wheaton, Illinois is also set to get a new J.Crew factory store. Moreover, J.Crew is marking its return to Trenholm Plaza in Columbia, South Carolina with a new J.Crew factory store. The brand had previously closed its stores at the shopping center in January of 2021, according to the state. With these new locations, J.Crew is set to expand its reach and continue to serve its customers across the country. As the retail industry continues to evolve, even well-established brands like Gap and Banana Republic are feeling the pressure to adapt and face closure. The pandemic has only accelerated this trend as more consumers have shifted to online shopping, causing retailers to rethink their strategies and reduce their physical footprints. The recent announcement that Gap Inc. will close 50 to 55 Gap and Banana Republic stores this year is a reflection of this changing landscape. This move is a part of the company's larger plan to close around 350 non-strategic stores in North America by the end of 2023, a goal that they remain on track to achieve. The decision to close these stores is likely driven by factors such as declining sales, higher rent costs, and changing consumer preferences. But it's not all doom and gloom for Gap Inc. The company also owns Old Navy and Athleta, two brands that have seen success in recent years. In fact, during the same earnings call which the closures were announced, Gap Inc. reported that Old Navy's sales had increased by 13% in the fourth quarter of 2022 compared to the previous year. In conclusion, the retail industry is facing a challenging time as the pandemic has accelerated the shift towards e-commerce and online shopping. The closure of brick-and-mortar stores of various brands like J.Crew, TJ Maxx, Talbot's, Abercrombie & Fitch, Eddie Bauer, and more has been seen as a sign of the retail apocalypse. However, some retailers are experimenting with new formats, such as dark stores that merge the convenience of online shopping with the personalized experience of in-store shopping, and this could shape the future of retail. While the closure of any store can be difficult, we must adapt to change, and retailers need to be innovative and flexible to stay afloat in the competitive retail landscape. It is essential to remember that change is inevitable, and we must remain positive about the future of retail. It will be interesting to see how these new formats continue to evolve and how well-established brands like Gap and Banana Republic adapt or face the pressure to stay relevant. As consumers, we have the power to shape the future of retail. Whether we choose to shop online or in person, we are supporting the retailers and brands that we believe in. And as retailers continue to experiment with new formats like dark stores and hybrid online or in-person shopping experiences, it will be interesting to see how these innovations shape the industry moving forward. So, what do you think? Are you a fan of online shopping, or do you prefer the personalized experience of in-store shopping? Let us know in the comments below, and do not forget to like and subscribe for more updates in the world of retail. Thanks for watching.